All right, so let's jump right into it with a quick update on Luna. As you see here, we've got a lot of bullish price action pushing up through this green line into the $20 level today. That's significant. That's something that Luna hasn't been able to do since this entire correction started, all the way back here in March, which was press its way back through a key counter trend high. So that's this B wave right here, finally got above. And because of that, I've actually updated my count. If you were following my Luna coverage before, I did have a more bearish count, but I've updated that just because as far as the price has gone, it gives a lot more evidence in favor of a bullish case compared to a bearish one. Really, what we want to see in the near future is hopefully a pop right up below this blue line for a new all-time high, and then after that. Whether it happens now or whether it happens later, we may see counter trend pullback prior to another wave up to set in some new all-time highs. All right, so if we jump back here all the way to the left, so you can see in March, this was the top of intermediate wave 3. So we completed this wave 5 of wave 5 of wave 3. This was right around the time that Anchor launched. While it was extremely bullish for Luna overall, fundamentally, it turned out to be more of a sell the news event. I think Anchor is a great application, user-friendly, easy to use, great for the Luna ecosystem, but most people took that and they sold it. So because of that increased supply on Luna, started getting a sell-off here. So I'm now considering this, instead of a double zigzag, to be an ABC flat, potentially having completed this large wave 4 right down here. Now from that low, so we have a rebound. Now this looks like a 3-wave rally here. If you zoom in close down here, you can get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of it. Now what follows is definitely a corrective decline, now labeled as wave 2 instead of a B. And right now I think we're in an extended third wave heading higher. So we have wave 1 finished, subwaves labeled here. Wave 2 done. All right, here's wave 3. Wave 4, pulling back to that 50-period moving average, finding support there. And then we're kind of moving up in wave 5. We're probably in wave 3 of 5 right now. So there may be a little bit higher to go before this completes. Now, once this does complete, it should finish this larger wave 3 that started all the way down here. And then we should get a counter trend pullback. All right, so if you look at here, so wave 2 gave a pretty steep retracement of wave 1. Now this wave 4 should retrace part of wave 3. A 38.2% retracement would be pretty typical. So we may be finding support around this previous 4th wave. That's around a $13 level. If you're bullish on Luna, that could present with a kind of a buy the dip opportunity. And then from here, if we hadn't taken out these all-time highs already, I would expect a 5th wave to take out these all-time highs, maybe even coming up to the $30 level or higher. So the $30 level I would watch. That's the 1.618 extension of the bottom here all the way to the top of this peak. Now it's also the same level, so if let's say we come up, hit this high, pull back, and then break above it, we'll form a cup and handle pattern. So if we take the measurement here of our hypothetical cup and handle, hasn't formed yet, but I think there's good probability of getting it. Just measure down here to the center, approximate. Let's say this is about an area where wave 4 may bottom, and still puts you right at that 1.618 level, right around that $30 level. Whenever you get multiple indicators or measurements that coincide to one spot, it tends to be more significant compared to just one level. So if we do wind up getting this cup and handle and then the subsequent breakout, I would watch this $30 level as an initial target. Now, until we break this all-time high, there's still a small probability of a more bearish scenario being on the table. I'll just run through it, even though it's getting lower probability now. So that would consider this to be a wave A, this rally to be a B, and it would assume that the lows aren't in, that another large 5-wave decline that we got here would happen and basically take out this low. If that does happen, I would expect to find structural support right at this $3 level and probably just wick down here before still ultimately heading up to new all-time highs. Even if we get a large counter trend pullback within the market as a whole, I would still expect Luna to head higher after that. Now, whether it's also possible that the market could head down and Luna could just keep doing whatever it's doing. One of the reasons I like Luna is because it is one of those coins that, every once in a while can just do whatever it feels like, regardless of what Bitcoin, regardless of what anything else is doing. But either way, regardless if we just continue shooting up higher or if we do get a counter trend pullback, being a steep retracement, my end target for this big red wave 5, this intermediate wave 5 to complete the bull market, would probably put Luna in triple digits. I think there's a pretty good probability of that, especially given even at $20, the market cap is still pretty low compared to the amount of use that it has and compared to its potential and really the ease of use. One thing that Terra has going for it is that its apps are pretty user-friendly. It's easy to just hop on there and actually use it. Faster, lower gas fees compared to Ethereum. And so I do think it's going to be a strong competitor in the DeFi space. Now on the pullback, because eventually it's not going to keep going straight up forever, there will be some sort of pullback. So the level here to watch, with the fourth wave, since this wave 2 was already pretty steep, it probably won't be as steep as that wave 2 was. But the level to watch would be at this 796 level. So this wave 4, basically, it should not overlap with this wave 1. If it does, then it signals really that the bearish scenario could be playing out and that we really could be headed down to break this low. But if it doesn't overlap this wave 1 and instead it just heads higher and this 5 gets above this wave 3, then really that would complete a full impulse of a first wave up within intermediate wave 5, and the overall trend should be higher for the rest of the bull market.